We're here back in Fantasy Bar, 9 games on a Tuesday slate. We've got 6 plays for you, including a value play standing out over on FanDuel, a starting pitcher in the mid-range I am eyeing up. We're going to start a game stack for you, and I got a beast in the night with some eye-popping numbers. Who are we talking about? Belly up to the Fantasy Bar and find out. Welcome in, guys. Tuesday edition Beers Daily Fantasy 6-pack. Thank you, as always, for stopping by the Fantasy Bar and checking out today's video. Now, before we get into the plays for Tuesday, couple things as always. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, get notifications when these videos get released, and of course, head over to scoresandodds.com/beer for everything sports betting. Tons of great information. Made it easy for you. There's a link in the description of the video. Go and check it out today. So, on today's docket, 9 games. We got 1 game looks a little dicey with weather there in Minnesota, so we're going to avoid that one. We also have a big showdown with Colorado and Texas. Huge 10.5-point run total there. We're going to leave that one alone. Ton of plays in that game, kind of like we do at Coors Field. Didn't want to bog down the 6-pack with a bunch of those plays. So let's get into 6 of my favorite plays in MLB for Tuesday night. Let's start at second base with OZZIE ALBIES of the Braves. Now, slow start here for OZZIE ALBIES, but the price kind of ticking down. And you guys in the crypto market, we're going to appeal to you here. Want to buy the dip here on OZZIE ALBIES at these prices. Yes, still expensive, but it's only a matter of time before this guy gets it going. I think this could be the spot here against Mr. Corbin. 387 WOBA for OZZIE ALBIES over the last couple seasons. 246 ISO, so some power in there as well. And Corbin, it's really been a struggle here over the last couple seasons. This guy's really on the opposite spectrum, going downhill very quickly. 390 weighted OBA allowed to righties, 264 ISO, a lot of hard contact as well. And Albies, good history here as well. If you believe in the BVP, 10 for 25, 3 home runs against Patrick Corbin. I think he snaps out of his funk here. The Braves, very stackable here as well. Love OZZIE ALBIES tonight against Patrick Corbin. All right, let's go to starting pitcher next. Promised you guys in the mid-range, we're rolling with Patrick Sandoval of the Angels. So anytime I can get a guy that's a big favorite here in the mid-range, minus 170 as of this recording, an offense that's behind him projected to score over 5 runs. Those check the first 2 boxes for me. Then we want to dig into the numbers here. And again, you can find a lot of this information in our Plate IQ tool here at RotoGrinders. But this guy's done a great job of limiting power, and we talked about this yesterday with Manoah, who was very good for us. I think Sandoval can give us a similar outing here in this one. Has held both righties and lefties under a 155 ISO since the start of the 2021 season. Solid strikeout rates against both righties and lefties, and generates a ton of ground balls, over a 50% ground ball rate against both sides. We look at this Miami lineup, we know strikeouts are available up and down this entire team. 20% or higher strikeout rates for 8 of the 9 hitters. 5 of these guys, 23% or higher against lefties. Sandoval in a great spot and saves you some money at the starting pitcher spot. All right, to the outfield next. Promise you a value over on FanDuel. That's going to be Austin Hayes of the Orioles. So Hayes, very reminiscent yesterday of Seth Brown, kind of a one-off play that we want to target here, and a big pricing discrepancy between the 2 sites. So don't hate him on DraftKings, but really love this spot on FanDuel. In fact, I think he's the best value play on the slate we have tonight at just 2,500. Very good numbers against lefties. 368 WOBA, 241 ISO. But when we dig a little bit deeper, very good against fastballs. 462 the weighted OBA. Ton of power as well at 375 in the ISO department. And Lauer throws that pitch 44% of the time to right-handed hitters. So he's going to see a lot of fastballs, a lot of opportunity to produce here. Lauer allows that mix we want. Fly balls, hard contact rate, both between that 40-50% rate that we are looking for. Hey, solid one-off play tonight against the Milwaukee Brewers. All right, let's get to a game I am stacking. I'm sure a lot of you guys are eyeing this one up. We'll start on the Yankees side with third baseman Josh Donaldson. And I say a lot of you are eyeing this up. Maybe some of you guys are ignoring this one after a 3-0 dud yesterday, but I think we get a bounce back here from both sides in a big way. Let's start with Donaldson here. Slow starter, kind of like Albies. Only a matter of time before he gets it going, but it's the power that's been slow. Does have hits in 3 of the first 4 games, so is producing in this loaded lineup. And we know Donaldson very good against lefties over his career. Let's narrow it down to the start of 2021. We're talking an ISO over 300, a WOBA approaching 400, and a big 48% hard contact rate. But what I really want to get into here is the pitching matchup. Kikuchi going to utilize mainly the fastball and the cutter, but also throw slider, changeup. Guess what? Donaldson matches up extremely well against all 4 of these pitches. But let's look at those primary 2. Fastball 37% of the time to righties, 431 WOBA, big 357 ISO, and that cutter 429 in the ISO department. That one utilized about 33% of the time. So that 70% are the primary pitches. Donaldson hits with a ton of power against them both. Kikuchi, 356 WOBA lob, 213 ISO, does get a lot of ground balls, but allowing a 40% hard contact rate. A lot of numbers there to circle around and say Yankees righties in a good spot here. And Josh Donaldson, been a lefty masher over the course of his career. I think he has a solid night here tonight against Mr. Kikuchi. All right, let's go to the other side of this one, and a ton of options we could go with on Toronto, but I'm going to go with outfielder Teoscar Hernandez. Now again, many ways you can go here with Toronto. The stack very much in play. I said this is the game we want to stack up, but Teoscar, even if he's a one-off, he's the guy I want hitting cleanup in this loaded lineup. So tons of opportunity here for him to drive in runs, be very productive. And when you look at the numbers against lefties, this guy stands out, even above some of the other studs on this team. Leads Toronto in both WOBA at almost 500 and ISO approaching 400 against left-handed pitching since the start of last season. So very productive against lefties. Now Cortez, a guy that's shown a little bit, a guy that's more crafty, not going to mow down hitters, but does give up a ton of fly balls here, over 50% fly ball rate to right-handed hitters. That is not what you want to do against this Toronto team, is allow them to get the ball in the air. I think we see some home runs here, stacking up Toronto with Teoscar Hernandez, the main bat I want in this Blue Jays lineup. All right, it's time to take a look at my favorite play for Tuesday night. Before we do that, guys, we want to continue our Beast of the Night contest, and this is just a thank you to you guys for hanging out here in the fantasy bar. A little bit of a reward for you for checking out the video. All you have to do, get in the comment section right below the video and guess fantasy points for my highest scoring hitter on DraftKings. Don't even need the hitter, just the fantasy points for any of the 5 bats I gave you. Whoever comes out as the highest score and whoever's guess is the closest is going to win themselves a free week of RotoGrinders Premium. That gives you a chance to check everything out, including the Plate IQ tool that I utilize a ton and talk about a lot here in the video. So let's wrap this baby up. My favorite play for Tuesday night, you know him as the Beast of the Night. All right, Beast time, and I promised you in the opening, a guy with some eye-popping numbers, and that is first baseman Paul Goldschmidt of the Cardinals, tonight's Beast of the Night. Now, Goldschmidt's solid start to the year. We haven't seen a ton of power yet, but hits in every single game, has already scored 5 runs here. We know this offense has been very productive here early in the season, but very good against lefties. As we know, 324 ISO, so a ton of power, 442 WOBA, but the number that really got me here, the hard contact rate, one of the biggest numbers I have ever seen doing this research, 60.5% hard contact rate against left-handed pitching since the start of last season. Also matches up very well with Lynch. Loves to throw the fastball to righties about 40% of the time. Big 493 WOBA form there. Lynch has really struggled with righties, 384 WOBA allowed, 41% fly ball rate, and a big 46% hard contact rate that matches up well with our 60% for Paul Goldschmidt. Calling the home run. Harper let us down yesterday. I think we bounced back in a big way here. Paul Goldschmidt, guy I want to pay up for, making him easily my favorite play on the board in tonight's Beast of the Night. And yes, the Cardinals, very much stackable here in this spot to go along with Paul Goldschmidt. That will do it for the Tuesday video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the picks and the analysis. If you have any comments, questions, feedback, please hit me up in that comment section right below the video. You can also head over to Twitter, follow me at Beermakersfan. Don't forget, fantasy points, highest scoring hitter in the comment section for a shot at some free RotoGrinders Premium. And head over to scoresandodds.com/beer. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not done that yet. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salute, guys. Best of luck here tonight. Take a couple days off. We'll be back for the Friday slate with 6 more of my favorite plays. Best of luck tonight, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video, and we'll see you.
Hey, thanks for checking out our videos. If you want more expert advice on DraftKings, FanDuel, or any other daily fantasy sports, make sure you check out the current videos playlist